Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. You've got a story to share, a message to inspire, and a passion ready to ignite. But where do you start? The world is waiting for your voice. With From Idea to Implementation, Start Your Own Podcast, you'll get the roadmap to turn your vision into reality. This isn't just a course, it's your launching pad. Step by step, we'll break down the process from defining your purpose to recording your first episode so you can finally share your voice with confidence. Stop overthinking it and start doing it. Your voice has the power to connect and lead. Are you ready to use it? Join the waitlist today. Your podcast journey starts now. The world is waiting. You can find the link to sign up for the waitlist in the show notes. We'll see you soon. Hello there. Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest is Dr. Rani Thanacoody. She is the founder of AmazingYou, an international speaker, podcast host, an Amazon bestselling author, a clinical therapist, a Mars-Venus certified life and relationship coach, Breathwork Coach, Chakra Healer, Lifeforce Compassion Practitioner, past life regression practitioner, tarot reader, and astrologer. Rani, how are you doing today? It is such an honor to have you here. How are you?
Hi, Brad. It is a great honor for me as well to be on your podcast. I am doing great. I've been waiting for that for a few months. Really excited to be on your podcast. Yes, finally we are together. We are here.
Yes, finally we are here. I am so excited to have you here and to jump in and share about all the beautiful light you put out into the world through the work you do, a little bit about your story, your journey. So with that being said, let's jump right in. Wow, you are one hell of a busy woman. I'm exhausted just looking at and reading through all of the hats and titles that you wear. Now, it would seem that most of these titles and hats you wear are very closely knit and tied in together with one another through a similar thread, and that thread would be spirituality. How do you find the time for all of this, and how do you prioritize? How important is prioritization and organization for you?
Yes, thank you, Brad. And I forgot to say hi to your audience. So hello to the audience. Really lovely to see you, to know that all of you are listening. And how do I do all that? How do I prioritize? The main modality that I help clients is the hypnotherapy. And then the other modalities like the compassion session, like the astrology. So it can be like the same client might need a few other things, a few other clarification on their life. Then we dive into that. Then we dive into astrology, tarot reading. But the main practice for me, it's the hypnotherapy, I would say.
Okay.
So I do have time then because I'm not doing everything. Yes. So it does give me some time. Yeah.
So with all the hats that you wear, what does your morning routine look like?
My morning routine is a long one. Would you like to know?
Yes,
how long
please do. Yeah, please share.
Okay. This morning routine, it starts with gratitude, doing some gratitude. As soon as I get my eyes are open, that's when I start my routine. And then I start doing a meditation for about 15 minutes. There is another part which is a bit of light language that is together with it. That it's another kind of meditation. So another 5-10 minutes. I read for another 15 minutes. I do a chakra clearing for another 15 minutes. And what else? I do something else as well. What else do I do in the morning before I get up? Yeah, these are the main things, the main practice that I do every day. I do something else, but it's not coming right now. But This is everything that I do before I get out of bed. Oh, yes, I do some affirmation, which are for me very important. And it takes me about, I would say, an hour before I get out of bed.
And those are non-negotiables. You do those every morning.
Every day, every morning on holidays, or yes,
Okay.
I never stop because it's my teacher always say it's a lifestyle.
Right.
This is my lifestyle.
Yeah. And so what drives, motivates, and inspires you to keep going and excelling at all that you do?
What keeps me going? It's knowing that I'm helping to make a difference in the lives of people, in the lives of any person who come in contact with me. It's like I'm helping them to better their own lives because it's helped them to transform certain aspects of themselves so that they are at their optimum potential to live, to achieve their dreams, and to do what they want. And the changes are incredible, are extremely powerful. I have seen in clients. It's like they don't need to come for years of therapy, just 1 or 2 sessions, depending on their issues. Some
Of
issues are
course.
easier. And oh my God, like I had a lady yesterday
Mhm.
and she had 1 session of hypnotherapy, and her issue was she was not feeling enough within herself.
Mhm.
And it goes way, way back to her childhood. And she wanted to be able to feel more confident in doing things, to feel more energized, take actions every day. And since that session, we did it last month, she told me she started to do things differently. She started to express herself. She started to plan for her dreams. She never
Mhm.
even planned for her dreams, for the things she wants to achieve. And she said, yeah, next year I want to go there and do that. And I'm putting things into place. It is life-changing to see that and to see them changing their own lives. It's like the client is taking their power back. That's what it is.
Love it. And so can you share with us what you were doing for a living before making the leap into the entrepreneurial world? And what was the catalyst for that shift for you?
Yes, what I do for a living that I still do, I teach at university as an assistant professor in human resource management. And I have been teaching for the past 20 years. I started as an invigilator supervising exams. I was at graduation, helping at graduation ceremony. So I've learned all the basic, all the grassroots, and slowly made my way up. And then I realized I love teaching. It will be something that I will always be doing. There is something more I need to find about myself. That's when I started to, because I found out that academia didn't help me to find that what I'm looking for. I always knew there was something else. There are more positive people around. But why is it I'm not meeting those people? Because academia is a very competitive, let me tell you, extremely competitive place. And everybody has their own office. They tend to stay within their own boundary
Right.
of their four walls. And it's not a lot of networking. That it's not like in the business world that we do. It's completely different. I hated, I must say, networking for my whole academic life until I became an entrepreneur. Now I love networking. Yes.
Funny how that changes and how that works.
Yes. And the thing that made me go deeper into the entrepreneur world is when I was repeating certain patterns in my life throughout, I would say throughout my childhood. It was a pattern of bullying that I think you and I have in common. You were
Yes.
telling me on my podcast about your daughters. And
Mhm.
yeah, and this goes way deeper even for me, the bullying. It goes at the time where I was sexually abused as a child, sexually and physically abused as a child. And that's when it started, the sexual abuse, then the bullying by teacher, then bullying in the workplace. And after, in my mid 40s, I realized I cannot keep moving jobs like that. I cannot keep moving home. And I say, I need to find out why is this pattern of bullying occurring. In 2014, I started asking the questions to myself. I said, there must be something that I'm not doing right. And I was living in that state of stress. It's like surviving each day, having to always stand up for myself with authoritative figures who have a different way of seeing things, of doing things. And I started searching in 2014, and it happened in 2017 when I left my previous job. The bullying was very serious. No way out. The best way was to leave for things not to get worse, because too many top people were involved, people in high positions, and they were not on my side. They were on there supporting each other. And it was a lot with those kind of leadership, very poor leadership in academia, I must say. And that's when I realized I need to find that pattern. Went back home, stayed in Mauritius for a year, started asking myself questions. What do I do? Do I go back? And a voice inside of me said, go back. Go back to the UK, but it will be different. And I knew, though I would be teaching, but I will learn something else. I will find out something else. And indeed, I came back in 2018 and started my current job that I am still in, that same position. And I'm very proud of myself. I've been in that job for 7 years now. It's the first time in my life, Brad, that I've stayed in a job for so long. Yeah. I would get itchy feet. Every job that I would be like, as soon as I passed the 12 month, I would start to say, oh yeah, let me look for another job. Yeah. So when I came back, started the teaching, keep looking around. I say, I'm not going to go to university and study. I've had enough of that. I've studied my whole life and I didn't learn much about myself. And that's when I was looking at different courses. I say more practical courses. And when the pandemic hit, I found the right course on my Instagram. It was Marisa Peer. She's a hypnotherapist, worldwide known hypnotherapist. And straight away, Brad, you won't believe I said this. I didn't see the brochure when he said anything. I just heard her voice. And I say, yes, I want to join that course. No idea. But when I was young, when I thought about it recently, I remember when I was doing my bachelor back home, I told my mom, because I did a bachelor in social work. So we study psychology, we study sociology, all these different topics. And one day, I don't know why, I encountered something about psychoanalysis. And I told my mom, I want to learn that. But I had no idea what it was at that time. But I said, I don't know this. I found that interesting, doing past life regression. It was something very new. Nobody would talk about that.
Yeah.
It was like more than 20 years ago. And time went by. And when I saw Marisa on Instagram, I joined the course, had to do an interview because they were very selective of who would do the course. So I got it. I did the hypnotherapy certificate. And then I trained another additional year to become a clinical hypnotherapist where I can treat medical conditions.
Okay.
And that opened my mind to so much knowledge after that. I went into so many courses, past life regression, all these modalities that you mentioned, tarot reading. And as I did all that, I discovered every modality was helpful. I discovered a different part of me that I didn't see before and realized that we are part of this whole universe. Astrology made me realize and appreciate that we are, the universe is within us, all these planets, and we are connected to that.
Yes, we're all one.
We are all one, and we are particles of these various planets within. It's inside of. It's how we are made.
Absolutely.
And that helped me to understand that oneness, appreciate that oneness, and appreciate that human body.
Yeah. Now, I want to start talking a little bit about your coaching work. I want to start there with your coaching work. How long have you been a Mars-Venus certified life and relationship coach? And what inspired you to become certified as a Mars-Venus coach? I had no idea this was even a thing.
Oh, and it come from the States. So that's where I learned it. A Mars-Venus coach, did that same time as I was doing the hypnotherapy. I was on, I tell you, 5 courses every day. Yes, I was. And I realized that hypnotherapy was great to help go to the past, to dig the trauma and all that from the past, which is important. We need to clear this emotional baggage. But then I realized once we clear that, we need to help the client. Then we can dig the past, but we can't leave the client in the past. Life does not move backwards. Life moves forward. And then I found that Mars Venus coaching certification. And I said, that is something that sounds interesting. And I used to follow John Gray, Dr. John Gray for a time. I've been reading his books. And when I realized that it was part of his community, I was super excited. Yeah. And the Mars Venus coach, it's about helping the clients to move forward, you see, in their life, because I realized that hypnotherapy is great, but we can't leave the client stuck in there. We need to help them move forward. So that's what the life and relationship coaching is about.
Okay. So can you explain some of the core principles of the coaching philosophy and how it's shaped your approach to life and relationship coaching?
Yes, so the coaching philosophy, it's about helping the client to get clarity on their issue. Then we take them step by step on what is it they want to achieve, and we hold them accountable. So these are the main principle of the coaching. And we also look at it in terms of gender intelligence. We look at how the brain influence men and women differently in how we do things, how we cope with stress. And that is super powerful when we understand that, how men's brain, how men think and how women think, it helps both gender to understand each other much, much better. And that is super powerful because it helps the men how to understand the women better, and the women how to understand their partner or their spouse better by knowing how they think, how they do things differently, because men, they are driven by testosterone and women, it's by their oxytocin, their nurturing hormone. And these are extremely powerful because women, it's more the feminine energy, and men, it's the masculine energy. And knowing how they work, each one on their side, what make them happy, and how both of them can help each other when they understand how the opposite gender works. Powerful.
Yes, absolutely. And so how do you integrate life coaching strategies with relationship coaching to provide a more holistic approach to personal growth and development?
Yes, thank you. That's a great question, Brad. When we talk about life, every part of life, it's about relationships. It's interconnected. You can't think of life without thinking of relationship, and you can't think only of relationship by itself, because life, it's about relationship. It's about how we interact with each other. We are not here to live alone.
No.
We are here to live in relationships, and through our relationships that we understand each other. We are mirrors of each other.
Yes.
And that's where the greatest growth happens, I've realized, when we understand, even if somebody, I would say, even if somebody challenging is in front of us, it's showing us something that we can look within ourselves to improve ourselves and to understand ourselves better. So every relationship, I would say, is every person we meet in our life is a great teacher. Whether a person that gives us a hard time or someone that makes us happy, is just helping us to understand ourselves better. And it's beautiful. And in understanding relationship, we understand ourselves, how we function, how we think, how we do things. And that's the greatest thing in this life, this journey of self-discovery. It's understanding ourselves.
Absolutely. Everything starts with us. We are the foundation for all of it. And you're right, we cannot do this thing called life alone. Relationships are integral, they're necessary. Community is necessary. All of these things, we are the foundation for everything. And then that's the building block. That's what we build upon, is that relationship with ourselves. And then the relationships we have in our lives, those are the building blocks. We need those, period. End of sentence. That's it.
Yes. And the greatest relationship we'll ever have is with ourselves.
Yes. And it's the longest standing relationship we will ever have.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yes.
How is your journey and your work with clients as a Mars-Venus life and relationship coach influenced and helped transform your own life, relationships, and personal growth?
Oh, it has helped me a lot to understand the triggers. Every client is unique. Every person is unique. And I learn through my client. I learn how they talk. I learn how their different reactions. And that helped me to reflect on myself, to improve myself. How do I get triggered? Because we do get triggered as well.
Mm-hmm.
And how do I come back to that place of self-regulation? And how do I also be there for them? I would say to give them that space to be who they are. It has taught me a lot of patience. And a great thing is not to take things personally.
Yes, that's a hard one, though. A lot of people struggle with that. Everybody struggles with that at some point in their lives. And it's a tough one for sure.
Yes, it is. But I'm learning, and I learned that from another gentleman. I was on his podcast, and he shared with me about what I think it's Don Miguel Ruiz, somebody from Mexico, who said that in the fourth agreement.
Four agreements. Yep.
Yeah. And I started to think about that. That is so true, because when we are in that victim mode, when we have a lot of trauma, we get triggered by everything triggers us.
Absolutely.
And when we heal, we start to realize, no, it's not a big deal. Why do I take that person personally? It's their own issues at the end of the day.
For sure.
So I am learning that from my client, that, not to take their personal issues. When the call is over, that's it.
Yeah.
And, it's their own issues.
It's their stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. And not to carry that. So you explained about the hypnotherapy stuff. You saw Marissa Peer's course online and you knew you just knew you had to take that. So I'm curious, what are some common misconceptions about hypnotherapy that you encounter and how do you address them?
Yes, some common misconceptions is people think that they will be sleeping during the session. They'll be hypnotized and they think that it's like a stage hypnosis where somebody is going to fall back suddenly when they are standing. It's nothing like stage hypnosis.
Okay.
It's hypnosis, and then I explain to them, hypnosis is just the relaxation of your nervous system. You will be in a very relaxed mode, not in a sleep. You are not sleeping at any time. You are just very relaxed. And you will be in such a relaxed state that you are able to access information in that the most powerful computer of yours, which is your brain, your subconscious. Yeah. And then we will go to different scenes, and it's nothing to worry. You are going to talk throughout the session. It's just the nerves of your body that are taking a rest. And that is so powerful to know for clients, because they think they are going to sleep and I am going to do all the work, but it is both participation is necessary for the work, for the healing to happen. Yeah.
And so how does the process of hypnosis work on the mind? Like, what's happening at a neurological level?
What happens at a neurological level is the mind is in a very relaxed state. And when you are in that relaxed state, your brain waves are much more relaxed and you can access a lot of data. It's like a computer that you access the data, the software, the material when you are in that relaxed state. So the brain is still working, the mind is still working, and it can access information that you can't remember in your conscious state.
Okay.
And that is super powerful because it can even take you to past life memories.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I had one person who even went to another dimension. Yeah, it tells you how powerful our subconscious mind is. And the mind is it's really the most powerful thing that we've been given, because it will tell us if, let's say, in that a session, you want to find answers. If you need to know the answer, it will give you access to those information if that's what you need at this time of your life.
The answers are within us and it's there. It's just learning how to access that information.
Yes.
As a Lifeforce Compassion Practitioner, how would you define Lifeforce Compassion in the context of your practice?
Oh, it is super important, Brad. Lifeforce Compassion is just telling you how powerful compassion in our lives, power of compassion, because all of us, whether we experience big or small trauma, we all not always are kind to ourselves. See that from all of us, clients or not clients, everybody, we tend to be harsh on ourselves. Yeah, in the way we eat, in the way we think, which is, oh my God, it's really, people say so many things about themselves. I found that in the hypnotherapy, they say they are stupid. They say, I am not enough. I am not loved. It's incredible how much harsh we are on ourselves. And self-compassion is super, super powerful, Brad, because when you are compassionate, it means you are loving to yourself. And love, as we know, is the highest.
Absolutely. The highest vibration, the most powerful vibration in the world. Yes. On this planet. Yes.
And when you start to access that compassion within yourself, that's when the healing happens. That's when you are able to let go of things, because being not only compassionate, then you develop self-compassion, but also compassion for others. Yeah, and it's very important because even if you think of forgiveness, it's about being kind to ourselves, being compassionate. Yeah.
Absolutely. What are some common issues then or conditions that clients come to you to seek your help with around this?
There are so many issues, and what is most popular with my clients is a lot of them have experienced narcissistic abuse, or they have experienced they experience low self-esteem. They think they have confidence. We do have confidence in how we do things, but the self-esteem is the belief in ourselves. And that's where a lot of clients have problems, because when you don't believe you are enough, you are worthy, you feel stuck in your life.
Yeah.
That's a big issue that most of the clients, a lot also, I have also on exams, fear of flying, fear of driving.
Wow.
Yeah, and challenges in finding a loving relationship.
So does the hypnotherapy work in conjunction? Do you use the hypnotherapy in conjunction with the Lifeforce Compassion work?
Yes, I always offer clients. So both goes together, but it depends on the client.
Right.
Sometimes the clients, they have such a deep layers of trauma that it takes them a bit of time to peel those layers until we can go to coaching. Because when you go through coaching, you can't have trauma. You won't be able to see your future. So there are some clients that have mild level of trauma, and then we go to the coaching, and that works perfectly well. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it really depends on the level of trauma experienced by the clients.
So how do you integrate or incorporate your Lifeforce compassion work with all the other spiritual practices and modalities that you're trained in and certified in?
I always offer the hypnotherapy and the compassion, Lifeforce compassion, as a package.
Okay.
So when we do the hypnotherapy as a first session, and then as a follow-up, a second session, I do the compassion, and then we go even deeper. We work again with the inner child, but at a different level where the client has the opportunity to really feel the compassion, the love for themselves, go to that inner child space. Because in the hypnotherapy, they are in a in an unconscious state. They are relaxed. They can't remember. But with the compassion, they are fully aware of what they are saying.
Okay.
And that is really powerful too. Very powerful. Yeah. Some clients have told me they have experienced both with me, and it really varies for each person. But
of course,
one client told me for her, the Lifeforce Compassion was the most powerful technique for her. Where she got the most healing. And it really, every modality is like that. It's really depends on the client, what fits them most. And because we are all unique, like some people, I tried EMDR, which is about the eyes, where you use eye movement. That was okay, but not so huge for me to shift things.
Okay.
I did tapping. Tapping is good, but not as deep. I like it. It shifts a little bit of things. But for me, hypnotherapy, compassion session, these were really deep sessions for me. That I needed because of my different level of trauma.
So the compassion stuff, the Lifeforce compassion stuff, that's talk therapy then, right? Like you're speaking, you're talking, coaching them, talking through and then tying that in with the hypnotherapy. So the hypnotherapy seems to be the foundation of all of your work.
Absolutely. Yes, it is the foundation of my work. Yes.
Okay.
I just use different techniques because different clients, different things work for them. That's why I have it's as if I have a toolbox where I can pull my tools out of it.
Yeah. So this is a great segue into discussing the fun stuff now. I want to get into the whole spiritual side of things and your spiritual journey. I'm very curious to hear how your own personal spiritual journey began. Was there, say, a catalyst moment that led you down the spiritual path?
That is a very interesting question. Thank you so much for asking that. Because I like to talk about spirituality. I wasn't born spiritual. My parents, when I was born, we never prayed. We didn't believe in anything. And then at the age of, I think I was 7 or 8, that's when my dad met somebody and they told him there is a spiritual master in India. And he started reading. And that's when we got into spirituality. That's when I started praying. That's when I started reciting some mantras. That was the foundation of my spiritual journey. But we are all spirit. We are all spiritual beings, Yeah. And from that time, I would say I was diving deeper and deeper. So I've been to India. I've met so many spiritual masters, I tell you. Even I did a bit of Taoism when I was studying in Australia. I was always curious about other spiritual practices, not only the Hindu practices. I was open to learning new things. I had that curiosity of, I don't know, I want to learn what other people, other religion are doing. I went to a Catholic school and I learned about Jesus, the story, the Bible, and that helped me a lot. I would say this lifetime I had so many. I am very lucky to have met so many of these great spiritual masters. And when I was in my early 20s, it's like it was a thirst for my parents and we were really going to all these different ashrams, and it was as if that's only thing we were doing, breathing, only that. We were not going to relatives or anything. We were just going to the temple. This master came. Oh yeah, it was very intensive for, I would say, about 5-6 years we did it. And then we started to focus. We realized that we want to do only meditation. That's when we focus only on the meditation. And we went to India. There is a World Spiritual University where you really invest yourself, your energy into learning how to meditate. And that helped me a lot because experiencing trauma, I don't know how I would have done it without being spiritual. It has calmed down because I would say I never suffered from deep depression or depression. And I think this has helped me throughout my life, having a practice I could go to. And I remember I would wake up at 4 a.m. and meditate for years. Yeah. So this has been my journey. That's when my journey started. And I think I didn't do that much for the past 10 years. But when I got into doing the inner work, started the hypnotherapy, then I got back into spirituality. Yeah. And I now appreciate it a lot more. I even went back to some of the magazines that when we were in those different organizations, and I went back to read those magazines. Because before, when I read it, I couldn't understand anything. It was so deep. But now it makes sense to me. I say, wow, it took me so long, but now I understand.
What are some of the most profound spiritual insights or truths that you've uncovered through your work?
Through my own journey and through the work, I think the two greatest, the most profound spiritual practice that can ever be, it's about loving yourself first, finding the love within you. And the next one, it's about forgiveness.
Oh, that's a big one.
Forgiving yourself, forgiving your child, your inner child, forgiving people. And when you are, and when I look at I was reflecting on that yesterday. I say, this is what Jesus came for. He came to show love. He said, love thy neighbor as thyself. And he talked a lot about forgiveness because people would slap him. He said, just turn your face and let them slap. It's about learning to forgive and not to take things personally. And I think this is on that spiritual path, I think these are the two things. And if we can master that within ourselves, I think this will help us to grow so much and to be able to grow in our spirituality even more.
Yeah, that's constant work, though. We always have to be working on that for sure. In what ways do you believe that spiritual healing can contribute to societal well-being and the collective consciousness?
That's a beautiful question. It is super, super powerful when you start to work on yourself. Because when you start to peel those layers of lies that you were told by everybody, and you understand the truth, you see the truth, and you heal those parts of you, you transform not only yourself, but it helps others as well to transform themselves. And I have seen that in my family. I have seen that with me doing the work. I didn't have to tell my family to do anything. So many people say, oh, I need to tell my mother to come for a session. I say, just heal yourself first. Yeah. Because when you heal yourself, I have seen that with a client. She came for hypnotherapy. She got so much out of it after she left. She felt much better. She felt so much love for herself. And her relationship with her daughter improved. Her relationship with her husband improved. It's like it has transformed the life around her without them doing any work. Because when we start to do the work, we start to not react, but we respond differently. And when people see how that you are, wow, that person is doing this and that, they are motivated as well.
Yeah.
To start doing the work. Like my mom now, she used not to meditate. She used to meditate, but not as much. Now she's having a routine every morning. I say, wow, I am so glad. Yeah, I am so glad that she's working on herself. And my sister has started doing the work the past 2 years. She was never interested in spirituality, in doing the inner work. She was spiritual, doing meditation, but not in doing the inner work. Now she's doing past life regression, healing. And I am so happy to see that.
See, this speaks to exactly what we said, that everything, absolutely everything in life starts here with us.
Oh,
We are the foundation for everything. And when we do that, it creates that ripple effect and other people see it and it shifts everything. It's so powerful. This is proof that we need to do that work because it will undoubtedly change everything.
Oh, yes.
And most importantly, you.
Yes, we change the way we think, and it changes the way we see the world.
The way we speak to ourselves, everything.
And I used to see the world as being very dangerous before healing, not a safe place. And everybody was nasty. But after doing the healing, I find the world is a safe place because I feel the safety within myself, within my body. And I see a lot of good things around, good people around.
You start to attract those things in to your life.
Yes.
Absolutely. How has your spiritual work, practices, and certifications influenced your own spiritual journey?
Oh, it has immensely influenced my journey, my spiritual journey. My spiritual journey, it started a bit before my practices, my inner work, but both of them go hand in hand. And it has made me believe much stronger into spirituality, the importance of spirituality in my life, and that there is so much still to learn and that there is still
Always. But I think it's important to have that self-awareness to realize that yes, you have these certifications, but that doesn't mean that you're done or that and that there's always more to learn because we are constantly evolving. We're constantly growing. We're constantly expanding as human beings. So there's always room for improvement.
Oh, yes, because we are infinite beings. Spirituality is infinite.
Yes, there you go. That's it right there. Exactly. As mentioned off the top, you are the founder and owner of AmazingYou. Can you tell us about all the things AmazingYou, how you came up with the name, what the business is all about, and the inspiration behind starting it?
I tell you, I've been doing so much work. When you do the inner work, the inspiration comes. You don't have to look and search for it. That's how it happened for me. It's because I was doing so much inner work. I had a mindset coach and she was doing huge clearing on us. And it shifts things so quickly. Like even thinking, you don't have these thoughts that people used to say 60,000 thoughts, because she has helped us to shift things in such a way that we don't have these thoughts that come. It was super powerful. And the idea was just coming. I said, what name should I put for my company? It just came AmazingYou because I realized that we are all amazing deep inside. Yeah. And I want the people to feel power that is within each one of us. We are amazing. We are powerful. So that's why I choose AmazingYou, because I want every individual to know. Because I realize people with trauma, they don't feel they are good enough. They are amazing. And I think putting that as the title, helping them to remember how amazing they are, whether they have flaws, but deep down, they are that pure spirit. They are amazing. They will always be amazing.
Now, as mentioned as well, you are a best-selling author. I would love for you to speak a little bit about your books or stories that you've participated in. Tell us the titles, subject matter, and what that experience was like for you writing and sharing that with the world in a book.
You know why I'm laughing? Because things just have been coming and coming. It's like things just happen when you are doing the work. And it has been amazing wonderful how I found this opportunity to write books. I had a coach at that time, Mars Venus coach. I hired a coach in that community, and I just tell my coach, I want to write a book. And then he said, yeah, we've got a book that we are reworking on it. Would you like? We will put it for the whole community of Mars Venus coaching. I say, yeah, I want to be part of that co-authorship. And that book is called Love and Coaching.
Okay.
And it's with Dr. John Gray
Mm-hmm.
and his associate, Richard Bernstein, and also the 30 of us as Mars Venus coaches. We share our story, part of our story. And on that journey, it's about how we help people to love themselves better. In what ways? What are the techniques that we use from the Mars Venus coaching? And in that book, my chapter is called The Best Investment You Will Ever Make. Because I realized that when I started investing in my personal development journey, personal growth journey, I have gained so much from that. And I have no regret. It has been such a huge investment that have brought incredible opportunities towards me. And I have invested in my personal growth more than I have paid my academic studies.
Wow.
I tell you how much I invested the past 4 years on myself, and I'm still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, I am so much happier within myself. I have so much more confidence that I never had. I was always shy. And investing in myself has helped me to attract so many opportunities that in my wildest dreams never thought of. Writing books, having a podcast, meeting wonderful people all over the world, being on TV show. It's like a dream. It's like living in a dream now. Yeah.
Amazing. It's so incredible. And I love hearing this because it's right. You're right. We have to invest in ourselves, whether that's, and it doesn't always have to be financially.
No.
Invest the time in yourself.
Wow.
Do the work. That's the
Mm.
most important piece in terms of investing in ourselves, is doing
Yes.
the work. But yes, if you do have the money, yes, invest in courses to better yourself, to grow your knowledge, to grow yourself, to expand. Absolutely. You can't lose with personal development because you're
No.
only bettering you. And that's the gift, because you will be giving what you learn to those
Yeah.
around you. They will benefit from it as well.
Yes.
Now, you are also a podcast host, as you just mentioned, and I have had the honor and pleasure of being a guest on your podcast. Can you share with the audience a little bit about the podcast, the title, what it's about, what the focus of it is, the name of it, everything? What inspired you to start the podcast?
Thank you, Brad, for asking about the podcast. Yes. And to let you know today, your episode 115 will be aired this weekend.
Oh,
On
yes.
the
Oh, that's
podcasting.
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for being so patient, but
Oh, no problem.
it's coming this weekend. And
I know how these things work, so I totally get it.
So the podcast was a very interesting journey of that podcast. It started with my coach. She had her own podcast, and I was watching her doing it day in, day out. And then she said, yeah, it's good to have a podcast and for people to know what you are doing. And then I was on Les Brown, or known Les Brown,
Mhm.
and he used to say on the course, people need to hear your voices. I was listening, but I didn't know where that would take me. And around that time, I had a friend far away who was having very challenging experiences in her life. And I say, I need to do something. I can't let that person sink over there in the hole. Let me take my mobile and call her every Saturday. And that's what I was doing. Every Saturday, motivating her, encouraging her, telling her that she has to look after herself. And she did. She did listen, and she find the strength hearing my voice, and she started taking actions. If I didn't help her, I think she would have committed suicide, because
Wow.
everybody rejected her. Her own family rejected her at that time. And she pulled up, she found the help, she got the strength, inner strength. She started doing the inner work.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized after 1 month, wow, things are changing. That is something interesting. I never thought that just talking to somebody at a distance would have such an effect. And at the same time, just after that month, I have a friend in Sri Lanka. She said, yeah, I want to start my business. I say, okay, I think I've got an idea. I said, would you like to be my first guest on my podcast and YouTube channel? She said, yes, that's fine. I'm happy to be. And I say, let's do that to empower individuals, to get them out so that people get to know what they do. Until they speak, they come out, then people will know what they do.
Yeah.
And she very kindly agreed. I'm very grateful for her for being the guinea pig. And it started 3 years ago, thanks to her. And it's been going on since then. It's called AmazingYou by Dr. Rani Thanacoody. It's YouTube and podcast channel. And the aim of the podcast is to inspire, to give hope, and to help people to build resilience in this difficult time, because I started it during the pandemic and I knew people were going through a lot of stuff, anxiety, depression, and it tied in very well to what I was doing, the hypnotherapy. So I link it. So a lot of the podcasts are very much linked to the healing, to how people transform their lives. What is it that they did? How their life were? What were they experiencing? What kind of challenges? And how they transform their life? Because there is always hope. There is always a way out, even in the darkest moments. So this
Beautiful.
is the aim of the podcast.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Rani, what is an unexpected blessing or occurrence in your life that you're grateful for?
Unexpected blessing. There are many. I would say, let me pick one. It was when the relationship that I had didn't work. And I am very grateful for the person that I met to help me to ask more questions about myself at that time, about love. That person used to ask me, what is love? How do you define love? And that made me think a lot. But then at some point, I realized we have different life paths, different values, and that has really helped me to, when that relationship broke up, it has helped me to find myself, to start doing the inner work. And I am very grateful for that, because otherwise, I don't know where I would have been if that didn't happen. It's like that person was a catalyst to bring the change that I needed in my life, for me to see the truth of my past, my story, and to uncover the lies that I have been believing in. Because the greatest lie, like Marissa Peer says, are the lies we tell ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. That is powerful. Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Who in your life has had the biggest impact on you and why?
Who has the biggest impact? There are a lot of people. I would say my parents and my grandmother. I remember her being very loving, very kind. And this has always stayed with me, about being kind, being loving to people, being generous. She was very generous, I tell you. Yeah, whatever I would ask her, she would bring for me. She was my fairy in my life. Yeah. And my parents have taught me to stand up on my own, to empower myself, and not to rely on them, but to be strong within myself. And that has helped me a lot. It was not easy. They were quite strict. But they always, I would say, also let me do things that I always wanted. They never tell me fulfill their dreams.
Yeah.
They always went with, okay, you want to do that, then just
follow your path.
Yeah, follow your path. We'll support you financially. Even if sometimes they didn't agree with the things that I wanted to do, because I can be very determined. If I want to do something, nobody can change my mind. No, because it's something that comes from your heart.
If it's on your heart, it's meant for you.
Yes. So they've been, I would say, in their own ways, with what they knew, with the little that they knew, with what they had. I think they have been the most powerful influence for me to be who I am. They sent me to good school where I learned the values of caring for others, of giving. And I think this is very important. These are important values to learn in our lives.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, I think these were the great things that I've learned from them. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think your unique skill set or superpower is that's helped you become successful?
Superpower
Mm-hmm.
is listening to my own intuition and listening to what people say and watch.
Yeah.
Because when you listen, so many truth come out
Mm-hmm.
people's mouth. And
Yeah.
when you watch, whether it's on a screen or you watch people behaviors,
Mm-hmm.
you understand so much about the person, who they are. You can see, you can understand their expression, their feelings. Oh my God, it's so interesting. But listening to myself first, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
starts with listening to myself, but listening to my clients as well, listening to people. I always used to do that. Observe and listen. And I love going to airport. I watch everybody.
People watching is always fun. I love it. Speaking of success, how do you define that word? What does the word success mean to you?
Yeah, success. Success for me means being happy within yourself and achieving your dreams.
Mm.
Not achieving anybody's dreams, but achieving the dreams that are in your heart, making those dreams come true, and being happy in who you are. It's being at peace, finding peace within yourself. That's happiness. Enjoying every moment in a state of gratitude, in being peaceful. Like you can enjoy the peace even alone or with
Mm-hmm.
people, but enjoying your own energy, your own presence.
Yeah.
I think that's success for me,
Okay.
and also about fulfilling our dreams, my
Mm.
dreams. Yeah.
What does the word empowerment mean to you?
Empowerment means giving the person the confidence, I would say, to stand up for themselves. Empower, the word empower, power, giving the person their power back,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
helping them to gain their power back. And I think
Yeah.
that's so important. That's what empowerment, in terms of getting their confidence back, knowing who they are, and believing in themselves. That's very important. And that is the greatest power. It's believing in yourself.
For sure.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
when you empower yourself, when you believe in yourself, everything is possible.
You are unstoppable
Yeah.
when you believe in yourself. Okay, we're going to jump into a little rapid fire section. So the next grouping of questions should just be 1, 2, 3, 4-word answer type thing. Okay.
Okay.
How would you describe yourself in one word?
Kindness,
What is your favorite self-care practice?
gratitude,
If you could teach the world one thing, what would it be?
forgiveness,
What's one thing you want but cannot buy with money?
self-love,
If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
kindness, being kind,
What is one thing you love about yourself that is not related to your physical appearance?
compassionate.
Beautiful. That concludes our rapid fire section. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. I threw in a bonus question that I did not include in the questions I sent you. If other people could use 3 words to describe you, what would you want those 3 words to be?
Friendly, kind, and generous.
Beautiful. Rani, what is your why?
Why is to make the world a better place in the little things that I do and in helping my clients to transform themselves so that we can make that world an even better place. So it's like when I can change one relationship at a time.
Beautiful. If you could step into my shoes, what question would you ask yourself that I didn't ask you?
What question? That is a good question. That is the most influential person in your life and why?
Okay, go ahead.
And for me, the most influential person has been my grandmother. Yeah, I think it's her loving kindness, her generosity, her patience to let me do what I wanted with her, comb her hair, and finding her. She always had the time to listen. I think it's her compassionate heart and her loving heart. And that's what I love most. And I will always cherish those memories of my time with her. Even though she passed away when I was 4, but I have beautiful memories of her.
That's beautiful and powerful. Thank you for sharing that. If you had the opportunity to sit down and have a 1-hour conversation with one woman, any woman in the world, who would it be and why?
Do you mean alive or dead?
Either or, doesn't matter.
I would still be with my grandmother.
Yeah.
Because to me, she was the world to me. She was everything to me. And I have a lot of questions I would like to ask her about her own childhood. Because, when we understand our ancestors' childhood, it helps us to understand ourselves better, why things are like that. Because is transmitted from generation to another.
Right.
From 7 generation, we transmit the trauma. So having her to help to share the stories would help me to understand myself better. Yeah, and I think that is because the clients, when they go back to the past, they understand things much better.
Yeah.
Understanding is powerful. Yeah.
For sure. If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
If I could go back, I would tell her, praise yourself every day to build your self-esteem and your self-love, and just praise yourself, because nobody can praise you more than yourself. So give that to yourself. That's the gift you give to yourself, because when you praise yourself, you build your confidence and you can achieve anything that you want in this life.
Love it. Lastly, Rani, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, your tribe, your people, your corner of the world, what would that last 30 seconds sound like? What words of wisdom would you impart?
I always like to share that this is something I discovered on my journey. This is one of my quotes. You are the treasure.
Thank you so much for being here today, Rani, for sharing your insights, your knowledge, your wisdom, for taking the time to share a little bit about your journey, your story, and the beautiful light you put out into the world through the work you're doing to help your clients. I appreciate you. I am grateful to know you and to have you as a member of the Empowerography community. Thank you for your time and for being here today. I've thoroughly enjoyed our conversation.
Brad, big thank you to you and your community. I am very deeply grateful and for this time with you, for this podcast with you. And it's been really an honor to get to know you on my podcast, get to know you today and being part of your community. And yes, I would say keep shining your light, and you are doing great things as well. And thank you so much for this time today. Thank you.
Thank you. I received that. The honor and pleasure is all mine. Once again, my name is Brad Walsh, host of your Empowerography podcast. Today, my guest has been Dr. Rani Thanacoody. She is the founder of AmazingYou, an international speaker, a podcast host, an Amazon bestselling author, a clinical hypnotherapist, a Mars-Venus certified life and relationship coach, breathwork coach, chakra healer, Lifeforce Compassion Practitioner, past life regression practitioner, tarot reader, and astrologer. Thank you so much, Rani. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thank you, Brad. Same to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at visuphoria.ca, follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast, and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.